They actually changed his name to PDD, so we need to get that on our calendar, right? I noticed.
I was thinking Development Authority with that. That I had it confused.
Oh, the
so-
Portland, Courthouse.
Yeah, I had it confused.
Yeah. That was why the name got changed to PDD, because there were too many PDAs. There's one going on in Clallam County too here, so. There's somebody told me one time, there's too many TLAs, too many three-letter acronyms.
Once again, PDD is pervasive developmental disorder.
Oh, yeah.
Not a good one.
So we have a safety committee meeting.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that. I'll be on that committee to see what we can do about security for the courthouse. That would be Wednesday morning.
Yeah. Pretty dramatic gathering was in the Superior Court on Thursday morning. Courtroom was pretty full with 5 graduates from the drug court. And when I see that, I'm reminded not only of how people's lives are turned around, but how it inspires the people who sit in the courtroom and watch this. And then each person who completes that program, of course, is saving us all of the costs, the direct and attendant costs of folks who are not going to have to go back to jail. And, as we know, one of our killer items is the cost of medical care, treatment in the jail, and all the costs of every time there's a trial. You know, as I watch a trial once in a while, I think we're paying for the judge, we're paying for the prosecutor, we're paying for the defendants, we're paying for the defense attorney. It's a remarkable expense. So when people can get through something like drug court and turn their lives around, we all benefit.
I have a Hamlin meeting at 3:30 today. And Judy Serber took information, went back to a conference in Spokane last week, or the week before, I believe it was, and met with some people. And a Beacon company called Beacon Enterprise or something like that, who builds affordable housing, is interested in something in this area, so they're sending a representative here in November. Unfortunately, I would love to be there, but of course it's the 3 days that we're going to be at the WASAC conference.
Do they have a website? Beacon?
I can get it.
Okay.
I don't have it here. But that's really good news that there's interest out there. Now that we've dedicated the land, both city and county land, we might be able to get moving on actual groundbreaking. And of course, we have Mid Canal Coordinating Council this week. Are you going?
Maybe probably.
Are you taking John too?
Yeah.
Great. Call somebody.
Yeah, here's a project he's hoping to get the coordinating council interested in for getting some grass out of a creek.
Oh, do you have anything for us this morning?
Sure. Just a couple of things. One, there was, this morning there was a request to enter something into the Shoreline Master Program record. I did stamp it in and sign it in. It's received in our office, but I'll need to consult with legal counsel and the Department of Community Development. You had closed the hearing and the public record on which to base your legislative action on SMD. So we'll need to discuss that and figure out if this would become part of the record for SNP. I think perhaps it would, perhaps it would not. So just wanted to clarify that. Regarding economic development, did want to just clarify that we do have an adopted economic development plan that's part of the comp plan, and that we are working right now. Jefferson County is the main local agency that is funding economic development through our state designated economic development organization, which is Team Jefferson. And I'm working with Team Jefferson to try to broaden its institutional support to help maximize its effectiveness, both with private business and with major public institutions here. So just wanted to acknowledge that those efforts are ongoing. Regarding 1033, there was a question about whether we are planning to be able to implement it. And I just wanted to note that a week ago I did give a major update about the planning efforts of the county to prepare in the event 1033 does pass, and have put the information on that on our website to try to give broaden public access to that kind of information. And you noted, Commissioner, the work of our delegation from the Hadlock area to go down to try to work on securing funding to move forward on sewering the Hadlock UGA. So that effort continues to be a significant focus of, per your direction of this administration. So just wanted to note that. I think that's about it.
Can't help but feel, when you think about the UGA, that, one of the things we expect from that is an increase in business development, as well as a lot of other things. I mean, there's some environmental reasons for doing it, and there's some social reasons for doing it, but, you expect to get some sales tax revenue from that. And that, if 1033 passes, that's not going to go for the increased services and increased demands that we have to serve that area. So, that's a concern. You can bring things back to voters, but as we said, there's some real issues with bringing multiple things back to voters every year for increases. And it's also a matter of having an area that's targeted for some increased services that may, with our county, in a rural county, you find that it's sometimes hard to mobilize support for a targeted area amongst the whole county. People want to look and say, well, what do I get in my part? And, we can do that with the global services that we provide, things like here in the courthouse, everybody, benefits from having a court system, for example, and those kind of things. But in targeting an area, it's difficult. So we'll have to figure out that challenge if it arises. Anything else at the moment here?
I guess the other thing just to note about the rains, in addition to helping salmon, it certainly helped with the water situation for the Port Townsend water system, including being able to keep the mill operating as opposed to having to do a seasonal low water shutdown, which it was starting to look at. So from economic security of the region, that's a good thing that the rains came.
Yeah, they were concerned that they might have too much too fast and increased turbidity, but I think we didn't get nailed like some of the areas did with those torrential ones that were down south. Okay, well, got time for a short break. We'll take a recess then until 10 o'clock. We'll be back here for an update on the shoreline master plan.